Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Burke and this is the Top 10 Scary Chinese Urban Legends. Now, as you probably know, we've been doing urban legend type videos for quite a while now on this channel, taking a look at different countries from all over the world. Which country would you like to see next? Today though, we're looking at China, a country steeped in thousands of years of history and stories, and some of them are very creepy indeed. Starting off at number 10 now, we have the Lotus Pond. This story goes that there was once a young couple who were in love. They planned to run away together and get married. They arranged to meet at midnight beside a lotus pond. The girl arrived on time and waited for him, but he never came. As she headed home, she spotted her boyfriend with another girl. This devastated her and made her cry and cry and cry. She went back to the lotus pond and threw herself into the water, where she drowned. A while after, another couple agreed to meet at the same lotus pond. This time the boy was there first. He waited for his girlfriend by the water's edge. Suddenly, he heard a woman's voice behind him say, "I asked you to meet me at midnight, didn't I?" The boy answered, "No." All of a sudden, two pale hands burst out of the water and dragged him into the pond, where he drowned. Ever since then, people have kept an eye out when they go to a lotus pond at midnight. If you do hear a girl, don't answer her or even look at her, or you too may be dragged to a watery grave. Coming at number 9 now, we have the Hello Kitty murder. In May 1999, a 13-year-old girl in Hong Kong told the police that a woman that her boyfriend helped murder was haunting her. She told the police that the victim was a 23-year-old woman who had been tortured endlessly while bound with electrical wire. The police followed some leads to a house where they found some shocking evidence: a large Hello Kitty doll stuffed with a woman's head. The victim was identified as 23-year-old nightclub hostess Fan Man Yi, who was abducted the year before for failing to repay a debt. When the story hit the press, it terrified Hong Kong residents, who called it the Hello Kitty murder. Months later, CCTV images began circulating from roads near the house, showing a dark female figure lurking in the shadows. Some people believe her restless spirit still haunts that area. Next up at number 8 now, we have the Mog Wai. This one roughly translates to English as monster. The monster's mating season is said to be triggered by rain. One of the most well-known ones is the Yao Guai. They are demons that eat people's souls to gain immortality. They are shapeshifters that are said to take on different forms to trick their victims. One story told of a man who brought home a beautiful girl. One night he spied on her through the bedroom window. Instead of seeing the girl though, he saw a demon painting features onto the skin of a girl, like someone would improve a dress. Next up at number 7 now, we have Mog Wai. This one comes from Hong Kong, where a Mog Wai is a ghost woman. The story goes that they are women who were wronged in life and now linger on earth to exact vengeance on their enemies. Usually they're the spirit of a woman who was murdered or abused by their husband. This has led many people in Hong Kong to believe that the ghosts hate men specifically. They will kill men but only scare women. Should ghosts treat everyone equally and kill all of us? Let me know in the comments. Moving on to number 6 now, we have the Jiangshi. Essentially, these are vampires in some Chinese traditions. The closest translation for their name is hard or stiff. This is because they are almost a cross between a vampire and a zombie. A person is said to die, and just as rigor mortis sets in, they wake up with stiff joints and begin wandering, looking for blood to suck to survive. A Jiangshi is said to be created when a person dies to things like suicide, magic, or an improper burial. Coming at number 5 now, we have the Shui Gui. This is otherwise known as the souls of the drowned. They are vengeful ghosts of people who have drowned. They always lurk in the same spot as where they died. They wait for an unsuspecting victim to swim by or get too close, and then they pounce. They drag their victim down into the water to drown them. Then that person becomes the new vengeful soul, creating a cycle that lasts forever. Moving on to number 4 now, we have the death worm. Rumored to exist in China's Gobi Desert, the Mongolian death worm is well known to a lot of Chinese people. It's said to be a hellish creature, red from top to bottom, somewhere between 2 and 5 feet long. Some people say they've seen them grow to twice as long as that. Locals fear the worm because it's said to be highly toxic. They say it has the ability to spray its venom from a distance, which is deadly enough to kill a horse. Coming at number 3 now, we have the Suicide Mall. In the city of Guangzhou lies the Liwan Plaza shopping mall. Locals always said that the Chinese character for the mall looks a lot like the one for death. That seems morbidly appropriate in a way, as it's been the site of more than 12 suicides over the years. Some witnesses swear that a supernatural force seemed to push the victims over the railings. The mall's curse began many years ago when developers overlooked where they were building it, right on top of an ancient Chinese burial ground. They didn't notice until construction unearthed 8 empty coffins, which locals blame for the strange noises and and deaths that plague the area. Taoist priests were brought in and they identify the coffins as being part of a ritual to actually keep away evil spirits if they weren't disturbed for 1,000 years. That was the mistake then. At number 2 now we have Da Ji. Da Ji was the life of King Zhu, the last ruler of the Shang dynasty. She was said to be an evil woman. Her and her husband gained sexual gratification from seeing people being tortured. She even invented her own torture device, the Pao Lao. It was a bronze cylinder which she would strap her victims into. The coils would then heat up, resulting in a painful death as the victims were slowly cooked alive. And finally, number 1 now we have the last bus. In 1995, a young man boarded the last bus to Fragrant Hills in Beijing. Shortly into the journey, 2 men tried to wave the bus down. The driver was reluctant to stop, but the conductor reminded him that this was the last bus of the night. The 2 men got on board and passengers were surprised to see they were wearing ancient traditional Chinese robes. Their faces were white as snow and totally expressionless. Everyone eventually got off the bus except for the 2 robed men, the young man and an old woman. She accused the young man of stealing her wallet. The young man angrily defended himself. She insisted they get off right there and go to a police station to resolve the matter. When they got off, she told him that she had made the argument up to get him off the bus with her because she had noticed the 2 robed men had no legs, which meant they must have been ghosts. Well guys, which one of those was your favorite urban legend from China? What country are you from? Do you guys have any interesting scary urban legends where you're watching this video from? Or if you don't think you do, which country should I do next? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you as always for watching. My name is Danny Burke and I'll see you all in the next one.